Here's an update on our PineGlo test. Yeah, it pulled some dirt off of there, but I gotta be honest with you, I haven't started cleaning anything, but I'm not really convinced that it does the job as well as it should. It's still real greasy on there. It's going to be a lot of hand work. It's not like taking it out of the Berryman stuff and you just basically brush it off. And these brass shims here, they're pretty nasty looking. Yeah. So I have another test that I'm going to try with a different kind of cleaner. And some of you may be familiar with Totally Awesome. It's kind of a yellow cleaner. Let me see. I buy it at the Dollar Tree because you can get a refill bottle like this for $1, you know. Totally Awesome. And it works real good. I mean, it's either buy the refill bottle for $1 or you buy the smaller bottle, which is well, it's about the size of this bottle. This isn't one of the Totally Awesome, but it's the size of that bottle, and you pay $1, so you're paying for the bottle and the spray nozzle. So what I have found is that when my wife is done with her spray and wash stuff for the laundry, that these nozzles that come off of those are much better than the ones that are like, well, like this one here. These here don't last very long. And these kind of make the cleaner foam up too. So we're going to try some of this on our stuff and see how it works out. Of course, the disadvantage of all of these things is that they are water-based. So they could have an adverse effect on stuff like aluminum. I'm not sure. But we'll check into it and see how it works. And I'll do a separate video on that one when the time comes. So that's that. And I'm hoping today is, what day is it? Wednesday. I've got to fix this pressure washer for my neighbor. It was running when they bought it from a yard sale, and the first time it worked. Second time they went to start it, it wouldn't start. Well, all I did was pull the air cleaner off and spray a little starter fluid in. It started right up, but it didn't stay running, which means that there's some junk in the carburetor. So I'll have to take the carburetor off and clean it. So I got to do that tomorrow. And I have an electric string trimmer over here I got to restring for a friend of mine. And then I think, oh man, I need to do some cleaning. Look at the mess around here. But then I think I'm going to take some time and work on the goofy cart, Lord willing, if something else more pressing doesn't come up. I haven't worked on it really for over a week. And I also want to finish cleaning up the parts that I had disassembled and started cleaning the other day for my carriage here with the apron on it. You get this all put back together. And that's what those parts in that cleaner are for. They're for this unit here. So if I get that all back together and set that aside, then I'd be ready to jump onto something else. But it sure would be handy dandy, really nice, if I could get my chain drive all done tomorrow. And then my next trick would be to mount the motor back on there and get an appropriate belt to run to my transfer box here and fire this puppy up and see how our chain drive will work. It would only be a short-lived thing because I only have the bracket for this bearing holder just tacked in place, as you can see, and I need to put another cleat back out in here to give it more stability. And of course I've got to drill a hole for this and set up bushings or bearings for that, for this on the outside, and my small my small sprocket that just came from Mike. on Monday that would go on the inside, and that I think would get us going. So that's the plan anyway. So until next time, oh yeah, I should update on this. The wheels, I was using the honing stone, I think I told you the other day, and the big stone cracked. And actually one of the stones broke right off. So I took it back and they did replace it for me. So I got a whole new one. I haven't had a chance to get back to it. But I think I will try to do that tomorrow too. Lots of hopings of what I can do. We'll see what happens. And I did have got one more thing to say and then I'll quit, okay? I bid on an auction for this little table saw, not for the fan. The fan came from the dump. That's a freebie. This little Craftsman table saw. And the only reason I bid on it, and nobody else bid against me, was that it had a separate motor. And as it turns out, the motor that was with it is a 1/2 horsepower motor. Let me see where the tag is. Yeah, let me spin it right around. Wow. Yeah, there's the tag for this. And 1/2 horsepower right there. See that? So that is going to power our lathe, and that will be more than sufficient for our lathe. Most of the lathes this size that I have seen online only had a 1/3 horsepower motor, but we'll be all set to go on that number with that. And the 1/3 horsepower motor that I had picked up will end up going on the table saw, which will be cool. I can use a table saw out here in the garage, so I don't have to run down to the basement to use my bigger one down there. So this would be easily stashed out of the way, and on the occasions I need it, just yank it out and throw the motor on it, and away they go. And the reason, one of the things that they had said was that it was missing the belt. That's what it was listed that way, with no belt. But what do you see right there? Sure looks like a belt to me, and it looks to be in pretty good shape too. So, vintage Craftsman table saw for $5 with a super duper 1/2 horsepower motor. Yes sir, that's what I'm talking about. So, now, for real, till the next time, this is George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, saying thanks for watching, for subscribing, and for commenting. We're having some beautiful weather. Been in the middle 70s, low 80s, dry, lightly clouded skies with blue. Yup, it's been good times here in Minnesota. Yes, sir. Bye now.